Hello guys, good evening. So let's start our today's agenda, like revision all in one revision. So let's start. So as you know, we have discussed about the hash map and hash set. Okay, hash map up to hash map we discussed. So hash set is remaining. I think we will discuss in some other session. But today we are just revise the what is that iterator. As said, we have discussed iterator. Okay, so what is the iterator? Iterator. Iterator is the method which are available in the iteratable interface. So just verbally I am discussing. So iterator. Iterator is the method which are available inside the iterator interface. Okay. So when the iterator is why the iterator the introduce the iterator for the collection. The collection we want to iterate only for the specific for the collection. Okay, so iterator is using. So we have a iterator method. Okay, so we get a one condition over the iterator like concurrent modification exception we will get when we will get this exception at the time of calling next method and modifying the structural change. So we will get the concurrent modification exception. Concurrent modification exception is implemented inside the next method. When we call this next method, inside the next method, one more thing is there. One more method is there like mode check something. So that method is go and check mode count, current mode count and expected mode count. So when add method is called, so current mode count will increase. Okay, but expected mode count is only 6, right? Here, but here this will add one more, so one more mode count will increase means 7, so means it's not equals to 6. Yes, correct, it is not equal to 6 condition true, then concurrent modification exception will rise. So this is all about this. So how we will solve this problem? We have copy on right array list. When we have a array list or like set, okay, so create the object by using this method. So we will solve this problem. Why? Because this object is creating different, this iterator is creating a different object. So these are the both two are different objects. So these are not based on a mode count method. Okay. Here, here in the array list to resolve the concurrent modification access we go the copy at array list method. In a hash set we have copy right array set, and hash map we have the concurrent hash map. Okay. So these are the thing. Map also. So we will write this code right away. So we will get what is the double. Now next today's topic is generic. When a list is introduced in the initially, just in the only list. So suppose in the list, okay, new array list, okay, l dot add 10, l dot add 10 dot 20, l dot add Vivek, L dot add. uh, so these value are added in the array list. It's okay, fine to us. Suppose, suppose, suppose one more person added, and I want to get the one result. Like I want to get the result, so we call get one. Okay. So when we get one, so this inside the add method, this is the int value. This is the integer. Here we get integer I. Correct. We will get integer I. If we are getting is the 0, 1, 2. In the ones index, here we pass one index, so we will get double value. So this will give the typecast error. So we need to typecast to double. Right. Right now, get is here is auto boxing. Auto boxing. Auto boxing is the internally it's convert into integer primitive data type to wrapper data types. So here we get L dot get. L means this L dot get one inside the one position. What is there that will be getted and get the double. So we will get double here. So, but data is integer. We will get double. So this exception we will get generic exception. Like this. Dot add a 10 and we get L dot get method. First, this is the index. Index start with the 0, 1, 2, 3. So in the one index, double value is there, and you are trying to index based getting. So initially it is not typecasting, so we just double that and typecast here like that. Double we will get D. The double method internally called double dot value of method. So it is doing some in the integer, suppose in the integer we pass as the typecast integer. How the integer will convert this wrapper like int into wrapper classes. So inside the integer class, internally it's using int only. It is the final variable. We will show that. I will show you. So here the collection framework is used to group the object together, correct? Auto boxing converting the primitive into the corresponding wrapper object into integer. Int integer that it's the integer the value method will create and this will convert it to integer. It's a, in the collection it's happening internally. So let's I have written these things in theory. We can iterator core topic we have an iterator. Today we can check this. And for the heading, you can take some different. Yeah, this one is good. So core topic covered. Okay, recap. Recap to iterator versus list iterator and the internal mechanism internal mechanism of concurrent modification exception is mode count and expected mode. Internal modification. Internal mechanism. How avoid concurrent modification using snapshot, which is snapshot iterator in copyright array list. This is the mechanism. This is the using or copyright array set. Synchronization versus concurrency. Object level locking. That is vector versus segment block level. And locking concurrent has no copy on route structure. Copy on write. Introduce generic for which purchase they use. Type safety, preventing class cast exception, compile time checks, and eliminating manual casting. That's why they introduce generic. Okay. If they are not using generic, so we need to typecast here. Here we are typecasting, no? So that's why they introduce generic. If you generic type like double, at the time of compilation, this line will get the error. Double cannot assign. But right now we are not mentioning a generic type. Okay, that's why it is adding. And at the time of getting the data, we need to cast that into wrapper class. Uh, Primitive autoboxing internal integer value or double dot value. These are the method autoboxing internally calling. Follow morphism reference why we are writing list t list equals when you are a list instead of array list. Just recap. We are just uh, revise the whole things. What are the concurrent modification count? So what trigger it performing a structural modification or loading removing element. Let's see the in the let's see into the screen. Just recap that. So okay, project structure. I need to give just preferences. I want to increase the size, appearance, color, and font. Text font good, but I need to text lambdas with job structure. text debug dialog box. Yeah, this one is console font. सही है. Hmm, Java button color set. The Java bring structure text editor. Set. Project size page. Okay. Just leave it. I will check and let you know. So we know that concurrent modification, etc. Iterator. Inside the iterator, we have just learned about the iterators and how we will get that how we will get the classification exception in the iterators. Just we have a 3 to 5 method, four in the iterator class. We have two method next and has next method. So has next is returning the true or false, or next method is returning the value correct. Or next is in the previous week, if you want to go with the list iterator having the four method, the list iterator has list method. That method will return the previous element and has previous. That has previous is the true false and previous is the next element. Okay? The previous element will be printed. So these are the methods are available in iterator. So both the things are done. So now let's today's agenda is our Mhm, mhm. So need to what need to do? Create one class, new class. What is that? Generic with type class with the main method. Main method we have was in the previously we created as a list l equals to new array list array list, not a generic type. Okay, importing is the order total. Import that, leave it. So we add here dot add like 10, l dot add like 20 dot 20, l dot add like 8, and well. So we need to iterate, just line the S out, and let's see what output we will get. The output is we will getting employee is inserted, EMP ID like 11 is inserted, and value is inserted. Hold the Now I want to iterate one by one. I want so we use iterator. L dot iterator, L dot iterator method is there. This method is returning iterator interface, iterator, iterable, iterator, java dot util package. Then the collection, the iterator takes the place of enumeration, the collection of it's another mtr equals to this. So while my tr dot has next method is there, precious, I want to just print integer, or just we don't want to write here. Here we can just read tr dot next element. Okay, inside the next element, we just inside into the integer, or we have a one method called this. I want to see them, so not required. So L dot get index method is there. So we need to pass index one, pass index one, and what output we will get. Let's see. We will take inside that. Suppose I have a integer, integer equal to I. Okay. Now we will get the error. What is that error? Type mismatch cannot convert to Java object to integer. Okay. So got it, guys. My point is Java is not getting. So we need to typecast. If you getting 0, but the error get lost. So we need to type test here to like integer. If this is the integer, 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 so we need to typecast externally integer. Yeah. As out I, let's see. An exception we will get or not. Let's see. We won't get why, because we have typecast this. Okay, we don't get that this one. Okay, so now if in the double integer is passing, suppose you pass 1, then what exception we will get right now? Why? Because in the first position we have the double type, and how you will assign double into the integer? That's why it's giving the exception class cast exception. So this problem is faced by the Java people at the time of developing after that release. Okay, so they introduce generic concept. So generic concept. Okay, suppose inside the generic we can create list as a generic. Okay, one more thing I want to show you inside the implementation. Control O is nothing but integer. Integer is integer here. The integer is internally taking integer. The value is value, and this value is this value, this value is this. This is the final int. So internally it is taking as the integer. Okay, so integer internally. So before this, we just take as the double, 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 and double. That's why we said to you ना कि जब हम compile time पे ही check लगा देते हैं इसको, we take it as compile time check. So now we get double values. So now we just declare one list as integer, integer L1 equals to new list integer array list integer. So we just added only L dot add 1. Okay, right. We added L dot add 2. We added L dot add, like if you add 2 dot 20 dot 0, then it's giving the error to you. Not type safety. The object belong to the row type list reference. Integer. It's giving error at the side. Now add method is adding that value, but it is the type sector should. Why? Because it's adding L1, not I'm using L1. L1. That's what we say. L1. Now here we get the error at the time of compilation. That point I have discussed here, but I have written here. Hmm. In the in the point number here we can see, here you can see that we are compile time checks. That's why the compile time checks is there. That compile time checks is there. This is the compile time checks is there. You cannot add here. So only in this list, only allow type is this one. Is it done? Array list to it's done, guys. So now next is I'm just creating hash map 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 interface. Key is nothing but integer value is something as m equals to new hash map. This is the most widely used data structure in Java, hash map. So m dot add m dot put method is there inside the key 1 comma value like Vivek. We added 1 2 5. We not adding like we added 100. Here task is I'm iterating this, है ना? I will iterate 101, 102, 103, 104. How to iterate this list? We have a method called iterator. What method we have in that map? Let's see. M dot iterator is there. No, no iterator is there. So we need to cast this. Mhm. M dot M dot M dot in inside the we need to convert. We need to create almost. Okay. So this is the example I'm doing, writing and iterating. So what the main focus is, guys, here first in the map in the map in the map iterator method is not there. So first we need what in the hash set iterator is there. I will show you. Okay, in the hash set, I'm going to show you the hash set. So created a set as string type s equals to new hash set, new hash set as example. Okay, so just I'm going to the package name java.util. Okay, hash set we have hash set string. So add s dot add like it's string. So we just we make added and s dot add like yeah, we added. Okay, and s dot iterator. Here we can see the iterator method is there inside that hash set. Okay, so let's go inside the implementation. Okay, inside the implementation, let's iterable interface is there. Inside the iterable is oh, iterator method is there and for loop splitter. These three method is there. So iterator, splitter, invite. Right. So that's why in the hash set implementation, inside the implementation control O, iterator is there. Inside the hash set, iterator is there. Okay. So which iterator is called? Let's see. So the generic OS iterator, iterator, iterate that and iterators string itr2 equals to this. Then this is the map has set. So while itr one dot as next equals to itr one dot next and store into the string yes1. This method is returning yes1 method is which type you are passing. Here we will also implementation I want to see. see next implementation. Opening the has iterator. Okay, so now print. Let's see this. That's all. That's it. Let's see and put the breakpoint here and as well as here. Let's run the debugger mode. Not this debugger mode. Now coming to this, not iterator. It is going to the iterator, not this. Step over, step over. Go inside this method. Here, it's calling has map iterator class. Iterator method has next method. Go inside this. Now here we can see has map. We should calling. Okay, mod count, iterator, 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 and over it. Now what to do with get. So So the why I am explaining this iterator has set iterator is having but has map is not. Okay. So now what here we need to do first here when what we need to do first we convert this map into convert map into mm, has map into set then call the iterator. How convert? Let's see. So this is that our map. Okay. So what need to create m dot entry set. One entry set method is there with the mapping of containing the map. It's a stack block to the map. It is a dot iterator. Now it's iterator is method there. Here you can see the iterator method calling. So this is returning the object iterator it are 2 equals to this. Yeah. Using while itr2 dot has next as code has next and just which type of value if you get the value the key so has next is the returning key based on key if you want then use based on key based on value iterate that based on value we can iterate that. Okay, so how we can iterate dot iterate 2 dot next it returning what it return key value like integer. Let's see. But now here it is not returning this. Mismatch cannot convert object to string. This is the object is returning. Full object is returning. Okay, so now this is our challenging parts. How to iterate instead of iterators. We can get the method is there. No get class is there. To string as next method is there. Into object val dot equal notify to string method. Call that to string method. Or we can just call to Has dot has next, no, not has next, yeah. Next, maybe next here, or has next iterating object, what it should be an integer. Mm-hmm. Mismatch dot equal get class to string. Let's see what out. Well, what output we will get for this? Let's see. Just put it one debugger point here and run the debug mode. Come here, step over. What iterator is the iterate getting? The count one. Value should be duplicate, but key should not be a duplicate. Okay. Now step over. Okay. Now here we get this. Step over. Well, inside the value, one value we will get to string method. Whole value we will get rated. Rate this. Second value, third value, fourth value, and fifth value are getting. So now this by using this twisting method we can iterate that integer. So let's Google something how to iterate it has map in Java. See, Stack Overflow has an has key and preset. Key and value. I want to key and value. So here we just printing all the things. So, okay. So now this value we are getting. So what need to ITR ITR2 dot key key. No. How we are getting. तो ये बोल रहा कि हमें मैप्स क्रिएट एंट्री मैप java dot util dot map entry that is not a key value here. I am passing e equals to new itr2 dot as itr as not has there. Next dot equal get class twisting will work. Let's see twisting how twisting it work. So we need to typecast. Is it getting the typecast error? Here we get the typecast error. So how externally we can typecast this in tree map. Okay, now we typecast this into the entry map. So now this entry map dot get key, then e dot get value. We get it. Key and value we get it. Now what is the returning key? These are the object is the returning object type is the returning. So we just s out mm, s out s out e dot string method we call it's in the system.out.println method call. We not need to pass that. Hmm, I think I okay. Wait. I just do the task. Okay. Sorry, guys. The screen not visible. Right now is visible. Okay. So what I am trying to do, I just iterate. Right now, we are getting all the values like key and values, but I want only key. Okay. I want only key. That key. Okay. That key data I want. So we just value key. Get value, then key method is that. So yes out and pass it at value method. Close that. Now let's see what happened. Just debugger mode we run it again while loop and go up value entry set. Now we value the key. First is we print the key 10 and value as well is printing. Total value is printing. Now here you can see key is 101 and value is Vivek. Okay, so now here check conditions. So, so if if entry dot get key not equals to 103 103 key is returning organ. So we need to typecast integer. Okay, so here just s out get this value e dot get value. अगर ये नॉट इक्वल टू तभी होगा otherwise नहीं. So let's debug this point. Hmm. So step over over over. Right now is key value is not equal to yes. This will be printed. Value will be printed Vivek. So go. Now next time as key is 103, condition is false. No, outside. This 103 value will not print it. This won't happen. Now no such element exception we will get. No such element exception. So after 3102 inside that our generic type here We have only 103, we have 104, but that's not successful. Where we will get this option after the one. So guys, so this is the total, but we can say that we can say the guys generic. Okay, so not total, but little bit we have understood. So let's come into our theory part section. Okay, so inside the theory part, up to this is the completed section. Concurrent modification we have done. We have done the collection, um, the collection maintain in the internal integer variable mode count, correct? For what region? Increment for the every add method or remove method. This will increment. When its iterator is called, it snapshot this value expected mode count. Expected mode count equals to mode count. So on every invocation, iterator dot next iterator dot give check the condition method will execute. Solution for the every this method is set is there. So iterator is creating snapshot like that. Updated value. Original is this, but snapshot array is this. That's why I said to you, it's creating object. It's creating not pointing to the original one. Same like original, it create a new like called snapshot. Synchronization versus concurrency. So lock level, ऑब्जेक्ट लेवल होता है सिंक्रोनाइजेशन कंकरेंसी एसमैप लिस्ट के लिए यूज करते हैं हम कॉपी ऑन राइट एसमैप एसमैप वाई जेनेरिक टाइप सेफ्टी एलिमिनेट क्लास कास्ट एक्सेप्शन this exception it's eliminated class cast. So the problem, no compiler time check, different type, cloud maintenance, and the solution to the generic auto boxing internally. कैसे होती है? When passing primitive 10 to the list at dot 10, the compiler automatically convert to it into integer dot value of 10. This method will call internally and it will convert it to the integer wrapper class. So each wrapper class integer double long wrap to the corresponding primitive variable inside the variable. So constructor factory method, this polymorphism, variable declaration list versus array. Okay, why? The list equals to new array list. Question is list is the interface, array list is the class. Why we reference as a list interface and creating object as the array list? So why? So loose coupling. For the main purpose for is loose coupling. What is that? Loose coupling. Interface driven development. This code depending on the list abstraction rather than the concrete implementation. You can easily switch to linked list or copy on write array list without alternating client method. Subtype holomorphism. A parent referencing list holding a child object array list also method override M1 while restricting calls to the standardized construct method. realistic method है generic types of guys. This is all about the today's revision session. So we have practiced almost generic type. Okay. So thank you guys. We will meet tomorrow like next revision session. So is there anything else to need to be discussed? So socket is remove this. Okay. So I'm just showing one thing, guys. If you are rearrange gender map chart generator by using implicit, first we convert map into the set having the methods. These methods have set and it's converting into the entry map. Yeah, get key. Like that you can do that. Like coding writing is we can write coding in a different manner. It depends on you or me. But the concept are same. Concept will not change. So thank you guys and we will meet some other session.